Cher Maître, but she was changed. Everyone who came up from Avoyelles had the same story to tell of Mentine, Cher Maître, but she was changed. And there were babies, more than she could well manage, as good as 4 already. Jules was not kind except to himself. They seldom went to church, and never anywhere upon a visit. They lived as poorly as Pinewoods people. Dudus had heard the story often, the last time no later than that morning. "Hoa!" he shouted to his mule Plum in the middle of the cotton row. He had staggered along behind the plough since early morning, and of a sudden he felt he had had enough of it. He mounted the mule and rode away to the stable, leaving the plough with its polished blade thrust deep in the red Cane River soil. His head felt like a windmill with the recollections and sudden intentions that had crowded it and were whirling through his brain since he had heard the last story about Mentine. He knew well enough Mentine would have married him 7 years ago, had not Jules Troden come up from Avoyelles and captivated her with his handsome eyes and pleasant speech. Dudus was resigned then, for he held Mentine's happiness above his own, but now she was suffering in a hopeless, common, exasperating way for the small comforts of life. People had told him so. And somehow today he could not stand the knowledge passively. He felt he must see those things they spoke of with his own eyes. He must strive to help her and her children if it were possible. Dudus could not sleep that night. He lay with wakeful eyes watching the moonlight creep across the bare floor of his room, listening to sounds that seemed unfamiliar and weird down among the rushes along the bayou. But towards morning he saw Mentine as he had seen her last in her white wedding gown and veil. She looked at him with appealing eyes and held out her arms for protection, for rescue, it seemed to him. That dream determined him. The following day Dudus started for Avoyelles.